you so much, guys, for tuning in. This is the Rivals StarCraft 2 League. That is Jack, the guy in the background for moral support. And how can they follow you, Jack, and make you feel good about yourself?
Oh, yeah, that's really easy. It's JaKaTaK TV. So you can go to youtube.com/JaKaTaK TV. You can go to facebook.com/JaKaTaK TV. You can go to twitter.com/JaKaTaK TV. You can go to JaKaTaK.tv/bandcamp/releases for my music type stuff. My email is JaKaTaKTV@gmail.com. And if you want to support me, you can actually PayPal that email, JaKaTaKTV@gmail.com. And you can also subscribe to my Patreon. Patreon.tv/JaKaTaKTV/JaKaTaKTV, ;JaKaTaKTV.
https:// the Twitter, whatever he said. But no, and I am just DrennoC. You can find me at DrennoC and most social media. Actually, only Twitter at the moment because I'm like, who actually cares enough to follow me? But you can find me at DrennoC on Twitter, and you can find JaKaTaK. Literally, if you just type JaKaTaK, I'm sure like 1,000
If you type
different ways
JaKaTaK TV in Google, thousands of links will come up, and you click as many as you want. Be like, oh man, do you have a MySpace? Of course I do. Like,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I don't actually have a MySpace, but just pretty much anything reasonable. Only thing I really need to get on is Pinterest. I heard Pinterest was kind of awesome, but I never got into it.
I mean, we'll see with Pinterest.
Do you, DrennoC? Do you Pinterest? Do you pin things on boards?
I do not pin things on boards,
Interesting.
funnily enough, there was one time. Oh, what did I need? There was one time my sister was like, "Tim, you got to figure this out." I'm DrennoC or Tim, whatever, DrennoC, and DrennoC, you got to figure this out. And I was like, "Oh, you like Pinterest?" And she was like, "Yeah, I do like Pinterest." It's like, "Cool, I'll go to Pinterest to do this." So that's my extent of Pinterest is literally going on to Pinterest and being like, "Hey, my sister said I should figure out what Pinterest is."
Well, we all got to start somewhere. Speaking of starting somewhere, we're starting this game in the top left-hand corner of the screen. We've got the purple Terran. He's behind 1-2 in this best of 5. He has to win or he will lose. It's EJK.
Literally, there is no other ramifications. He still moves on to the round of 8. He still gets $25 if he loses. This is a group. This is 2 players. What was supposed to be a 4-man group, but the player in the top right-hand corner of the Iron Fortress, the blue Terran from, I believe it is Deadly Gaming, up 1. It is epic. There's no ramifications if either of these players lose except for who they play against.
They're basically playing for the honor of playing Namshar.
Yeah.
What's happening right now.
The honor of playing Namshar, yeah. I agree. Whoever wins this going in first place will play the Zerg player Namshar or Namshar, however Jack said it. I feel like you're probably correct because you generally know these things.
I do my best to attempt to pronounce things correctly. And by the way, about being correct, they're playing for the chance to play against Strange, who's the Protoss. The loser will play Namshar. So, interesting. I just remembered Namshar. I was like, oh yeah, Namshar. He must be first, right? No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
No. No.
Basically, do you want to face Protoss or do you want to play Zerg here? That's like EJK's like, nah, I wanted to play Zerg the whole time anyways. I don't care.
EJK is like, I'll play anyone and beat them. He's like the most confident person that I've ever met in my life, and I've met a fair amount of. He's like incredibly confident.
You've met a fair amount of Korean StarCraft players, is what you're saying. Oh, of course, I win the entire tournament.
Yeah, human beings. I've met my fair share of human beings. They're all pretty much the same.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We all have a lot of things in common as humans. By the way, Kaiser Blades. Thinking about that, going back to Kaiser Blades, we were talking about, well, imagine, wait, what is the Kaiser Blades all about? Kaisers tended to have, right, that mustache, right, that went up like that, right? Almost
you guys can
forming
see this,
the shape, right? Go type in Kaiser mustache on Google and you'll see it. And it's this very sort of sharp upward mustache. And I think that is actually perhaps my best guess at what the Kaiser Blades are named after, because they look like Kaiser Blades.
Or they were like, this is a really big, cool blade. We should be like, it's the Emperor blade. Like, what would make it cool? Let's do some German. But actually, I like yours a lot better just because It's not even out there. Like, is that just off the top of your head it occurred to you, or are you thinking about that for a while?
Well, you know, I really didn't have anything else to think about. I was attempting to, like, get into the zone and just, like, picture the game with RadioCast, and it just was failing super hard, and then the last thing that you had said, like, that was not about the game was Kaiser Blade, and I was like,
I should have done a RadioCast style, so you could have pictured it. I was just doing intense play-by-play. RadioCast is slightly different than play-by-play.
Oh, for sure.
You have to be very,
you
very
have to literally
specific.
say everything that's going on. You have to make sure you always say, you know, whose units are dying, especially in a mirror matchup, too. It's sort of like, the Marines are falling. It's like, well, you can't actually say that. You have to actually say whose Marines are falling there. Otherwise, it does not work.
Well, we have passed the 6-minute mark almost, guys.
Hey.
We've delayed until the 6-minute mark, and now we're into a nice
game of
place where we can
StarCraft.
talk about the game. Yeah, we're now into a game of StarCraft.
I love games of StarCraft, don't you?
I do also.
Awesome.
Especially, I love ZVZ. Like, it's so random, but I love Z. Actually, I love all the mirror matchups, watching them.
Interesting. I love all the matchups because I don't discriminate, unlike you. Discriminator.
Well, I'm a proud discriminator. I'm very proud about this fact. I will discriminate all I want.
All right, take that out of context, everyone. When DrennoC blows up and he becomes a huge caster, and he's off and he's casting GSL because, you know, Tasteless and Artosis have moved on. Just get that quote ready. He's a proud discriminator. He discriminates as much as he wants. Out of context, it's going to sound awful, and you will never be able to run for president. Yeah, that's right.
At least I don't want to run for president. I'm confident in this fact. Like, I'm very happy not to run for president. Maybe Jack, if you ran for president, I'd vote for you. I don't care what you stand for. I'd be like, oh yeah, he knows his stuff.
It's like, I stand for more exportation of jobs. That's what I stand for.
And I'd be like, I work in Korea.
Yeah, let's get our jobs out of the U.S. We don't want any more jobs over here. Forget it.
By the way, guys, things that are happening. EJK is going double Banshee into the Raven Viking of Epic, but the Banshees are perfectly skirting around the rest of the units of Epic, and there's going to be relatively no vision. Instantly, Epic's going to go to defend EJK at his natural, but now he's pulled multiple positions, and man, that F2 key of get all the army is really scary right here.
All right, he's pulling out a nice little positional play. He did go for the 2 Banshee and Cloak kind of a thing, and he's got to play this just right. He's got his units over to the side.
Man.
Boots one. And the second one. It was interesting that he scanned there because he's got the Raven, but I guess the Raven was out of range.
The Marines were right underneath it, and if he had the one opportunity, why not smack a scan down? And oh man, the second Banshee goes down. Picks up 9 workers, not only 9 workers, a lot of delayed mining time, and delays just the overall moves of Epic. He did have a slight bank while that was happening and just queued up some more units.
Yeah, overall pretty good defense though. By Epic here. We have a little bit of a move out with these Hellions that is just barely outside the vision range of Epic here. And Epic going to consider a drop. He's going to load up those units. He's going to stare at that medevac like, do I want to send
the Hellions! Oh man, gotta be careful next to this Widow Mine. Hellions getting a little bit too aggressive moving into Epic's natural base, but I was right there in my head. I was like RadioCast. It was like moving into Epic's natural base. You guys can see it, but now is the big move out by Epic, and it actually may be spotted by this Banshee right here. Beautiful.
Oh wow!
EJK's Banshee gives its life to the Terran Dominion, and now how is EJK going to defend? And when you know it's going to hit and you're playing mech, ooh, you can have a scary defense ready, Jack.
Yeah, he's going to have his tank sieged up that pretty much covers almost all the area of his base. But that's going to scout. He's going to turn around.
He did F2 right there on accident also, I saw.
Oh no.
Picked all the army. Oh. His entire army moved back into the main base to try to defend right now, but we'll see. Here's the big drop into the natural. A little bit reminiscent of that game 3. It's currently 2-1, and maybe Epic's looking to take another game. Right here, beautifully on the ramp, he will be able to discourage any units moving down, and the entire natural base just got to get out of here, and the SCVs. If SCVs don't move, they die. And now, the Hellions, they're looking for an angle. They may not be able to do it, but looking for a surround. Here's a beautiful surround, but there's so many Marines here for Epic. He could actually just pick up and... Okay, think of that Legacy of the Void. He could literally just picked up everything and got out of there with the tank. And he could have been like, yep, we're getting out, guys. Hightail it out of here.
Yeah. I hate that. There are not too many things I hate, but the fact that medevacs now pick up siege tanks...
You hate discriminators. You're hating on discriminators right here.
I was doing that. That was a false hate. This is a true hate. This is a true deep dark hatred that like takes its root in the center of your soul. It's kind of a hatred. It's real. It's there. Got to watch out for that kind of stuff. It'll kill you.
Yeah, you do. Especially what'll kill you is Vikings right here. If this medevac's not too careful, oh my word. There gets close to the Marines. They believe in themselves, but not enough. Have you ever played Starbow? This is really random, but
oh yeah, man. Yeah, I love.
Okay,
Starbow.
so in Starbow, I always tell the Ziphius, the maker, you need a little ability for every race that's like, I believe in this unit, and it gives it like 200 shields and like 200 energy, and like it's just like, yeah, you could do this. Oh man, in the middle of the, by the way, there is a little a fight that goes down. The Hellions with nice micro will be able to kill that, but you know, StarCraft 2 needs a little mod where it's just like, yeah, this tank, he really believes in himself. He had a good day. He had a fantastic lunch. Let's do this.
Fantastic. They should call it that. Fantastic lunch. You press the button as like a
the
sandwich.
Tank driver.
You know.
The tank driver's like, yeah, let's do this.
Have you ever played? Oh, what is that game? There's a little arcade game on Xbox you can play. Castle Crashers.
I have.
You ever played it? Oh man, because when they eat a sandwich, they do believe in themselves and they become gigantic superhuman things. One of my favorite buffs in any game ever made is the sandwich buff. Because he just screams sandwich, he becomes a giant human. In any case, we have third base is taken at about the same time. Nice little defensive tank setup over here. Good spread by EJK.
Very nice spread currently for EJK. Now, there's no upgrades for these siege tanks yet, but in this game he does have a lot of siege tanks, and unlike Game 2, Game 3, whatever game the last game was, unlike that, Epic actually doesn't have quite as many tanks as he did before, which really helped him kind of going that bio-mech fusion against EJK here, and maybe we'll take this engagement. The siege tank this time are so much more spread out, it's really hard for the bio to actually engage. I think the bio is just going to get decimated here. Yep. Decimation complete. Maybe
Decimation complete. Well, it's almost complete.
Should be an upgrade.
Siege tank, he's going to be pretty good. And
battle cruiser upgrade. Decimation complete.
It's better than Yamato. It does more damage than Yamato. It's crazy.
It literally just one shots anything. It doesn't actually have damage. It just one shots it.
This unit becomes into dead. Well, that's great. All right, so he's starting his turret ring here. He's getting going with that. He should be in time. There's potentially a drop up here. He's zoning out really nicely with these Vikings. And Epic kind of just taking control of the center of the map here with his units. His rally is very forward, and he's looking for holes. He's poking around. He's got a force in the north. He's got a force in the south, looking for opportunities to come in. Loads up some things into the medevac, potentially dropping on this tank here. Oh, nope. Ends up not dropping a tank, but he's going to attack from multiple angles at the same time. He's going to take out a lot of these tanks. The point defense drones are good, but eventually they do run out. And this arc from the... Oh, my God.
GG! Epic 3-1 moves on.
GG.
The Vikings in the main base trying to defend some sort of drop where they really needed to be in a different position to help those siege tanks. And GG, Epic goes 3-1 versus EJK, and Epic will have the privilege and the opportunity to play, drumroll please, as I scroll up the page, he will play Strange. Epic going 3-1.
Player. Yeah. And EJK obviously not going to be super duper happy about that, but moving on, still a pretty good spot. Going against Namshar, he's got really great TVZ, so definitely looking forward to seeing him. And it was really nice to see Epic as well for the first time. Just really strong bio play, a lot of tactical play, positioning, and things like that. Super looking forward to seeing how he turns out in the season as we move on into the round of 8.
We are now complete with the round of 16 as Jack kind of... I'm not saying inference. What is that word?
Implied.
Implied. Thank you. You have such a remarkable vocabulary. I love it.
Thank you.
As Jack implied, the round of 16 is done, and now in the quarterfinals, or the playoffs, or the round of 8, we have Picasso versus Panda Bear Me, Namshar versus EJK, Jon Snow versus Believe, and then Epic versus Strange. That is 3 Zergs, 2 Terrans, and 3 Protosses. So actually, even though the race distribution... Yeah, even though the race distribution in the round of 32 was 13 Toss, 4 Terran, and 15 Zerg, 50% of all Terrans got through. So really, I feel like balance is broken. 50% of all the Terrans.
Numbers are the best because They feel really true when you say them. But if you know what you're doing, you can make them say whatever you want them to say.
I mean, as I just said, 50% of all Terrans got through. In theory, it would be 33% of all Terrans got through. Maybe that's kind of wonky, but you know, we have 2 Terrans, 3 Zergs, 3 Protosses that get through to the quarterfinals. Guys, this is the rival StarCraft 2 League at RSL SE2 if you want to follow us on Twitter. And please, 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 even if you don't look at who you're following on Twitch, follow us here right below so we can get a subscriber button and we can run ads so you guys don't have to randomly be like, oh man, the game and they're moving. Oh, it's an ad. It's an ad break. Ooh. We don't have to have random ads while we're casting.
Does that happen?
That is how
random ad. Twitch just does random ads when you're not partnered.
Yep, random ads. Just whenever they want. I feel like you haven't been partnered. You've been partnered too long, Jack.
I've never been partnered. I've never been partnered on Twitch.
You've never been?
I've streamed tons of hours, but I've never been partnered on Twitch. Unfortunately, I've had much more success in YouTube.
You get random ads.
That's crap. Total crap.
Guys, though, thank you so much for tuning in. If you can do that, thank you. Our lovely observer, our streamer, and our organizer, and our human being.
He's everything.
He's ours.
He's our everything.
He is our everything. He is Hawkeye. Guys, as I said, if you want to support Hawkeye, I think you can find him on Twitter somewhere, but just if you want to support RSL, please RSL SC2 on Twitter. That is JaKaTaK. You can follow him at JaKaTaK TV on anywhere. Just look up JaKaTaK TV, and you will literally any social network except for Pinterest and MySpace, according to him, you can find him there. I am DrennoC. That is at DrennoC on Twitter. Every follow, every whatever means a lot. And any last words, Jack? That was our only match of the night, so we should be shining off pretty soon. Signing off pretty soon.
We should get out of here in short order. But yeah, it's been good casting with you. Despite the fact that it was short, it was very nice. I think we've never casted before, or once before.
We have not casted before.
I think we almost casted together one time and we didn't, or something like that. I've been seeing you around, man. It's been great to cast with you. And of course, shout out to Hawkeye for putting this whole thing on. And everybody who's watching, thanks for tuning in and hanging out, etc. That's it for me, and yeah, I think we're good.
Guys, have a lovely night. This has been the Rivals StarCraft 2 League. We'll see you next time pretty darn soon for some more StarCraft 2 action in the round of 8 of the RSL for the $300 first place prize. It was so beautiful, and then I screwed it. But thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. This is the RSL. See you later.